it's Matt from Tableflip Games, and in this video we're going to look at Maya's multi-cut tool as well as finishing off modeling this desk. So let's get started. Okay, so with this next video I'm just going to show you how to build this bit here using the tools that we've already used, and we may do a little bit more with a tool called multi-cut to get this bend. So I'll start off with a square. Let's just move this off so I can see it. And let's just make this slightly bigger. And let's snap the pivot. If you remember D, you press D, hold V, and then press D again. You can set the pivot to wherever on the verts. And I don't want it that thick, so let's bring this down. So I just selected the vertices and brought them down to where I want them. And again, I'm just going to shape this as well. So I want a overhang for this, so that should be enough. And if there you go, it should be here. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring this slightly out. And probably bring it to around about there on the grid. The same with this, I'm just going to delete this, and I want this one over here so I can see how big it is. So if I grab all these cubes, deselect that one because I don't want to, and just press Ctrl G and call this drawers. Let's just delete the history, freeze the transformations, and send to the pivot. I'm just going to duplicate it. I'm going to hold J to rotate, snap rotate, and then I'm just going to put it into position of where I want it to go. Again, I'm just changing the pivot point by pressing D, and then, yeah, when I'm happy. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with this one. But what I want to do is, because if I rotate this, it's not going to be the right way. So I could then reshape it that way, but what I can do is if I press history freeze and press -1, there we go. I can I'm holding V to snap that, and there you go. So you can see that at the moment it's not that great because of this bit here. So what I need to do is I need to obviously line these up. And I'm holding V to do that. Okay. Now what I probably want to do is I want to have this curve here. So I could do something called combine. So if I select both of these objects and don't do what I just did. So if I select both of these objects and go shift combine, that means they're now combined together. And what I can do is I can delete these faces. This is the perfect time to show you this straighten. So if I select these vertices here, so what I did was I extruded these edges to get this, and then I'm going to grab the scale tool and hold J, and that's going to snap it, and I can straighten these up. I'm just going to move that so it's slightly even. Okay. And then I'm just going to use the append polygon tool to fill this gap. Hit enter. And I'm doing a double check to make sure my vertices are merged. As you can see, they weren't. Okay. So now what I can do is I can use a bevel tool. It's a bit too extreme. I can change the segments, which is like actually that's, there you go. So I can get that kind of bevel that I need. So I'll do that again. So I combine these two together, and then I just fixed the scaling issue. And then what I did was I selected this edge here, beveled it, but it won't work because it's still set to 20 verts, which is not right. So if I grab all the vertices and merge the verts, so shift right mouse button, it's now 16, and it will let me do a bevel. So bevel's quite good at telling you if you've got a problem. So I'm going to make that 0.3. I'm going to change this to 4. So I'll get that. Now the only problem with this is dirty geometry. I think it's an n-gon. So if you want to see whether you've got n-gons in your model, you can do by, if you hold shift and go to clean up with the right mouse button, and change it from clean up to select matching polygons and change this to 4 sides, more than 4 sides. Click apply. It will actually tell you where your problems are on your mesh. Okay, so also here you can find non-manifold geometry. So this is when geometry is inside. So for example, if there was a face going from here to here, it would say that that's non-manifold geometry, and that would cause issues with some of the UV tools. So you can actually have it so it cleans it up. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to target weld. But I'm also going to use something called a multi-cut tool. So actually, I'm just going to get rid of all these edges. So Control Delete. Now, it means I need to fix this now. So if I shift and go to multi-cut, save first as well, and I'm just going to select that vertice, select that and press G, and then keep doing that. You can see it's a lot cleaner than before. So I'm just going to, again, rinse and repeat at the bottom. Multi-cut. And you don't need to merge the verts after this because it's already been done. You don't necessarily have to go to vert, you could use it to split, like this. So you can create more geometry in there. If you want to delete a active point, you can do as well. So just pressing the delete button. You notice here I've got, don't know where this is from, but I'll just drag it to there. The same here, and then merge the vertices. So I just held V to drag it, and then I merged the vertices. So I've now got this L shape that I want. Again, it's a bit harsh on the edge, if you can see. So what I might do is just center the pivot a little bit and just bring it out a little bit like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm double clicking and holding shift to do this. It's just I'm selecting all the outer edges and I'm going to bevel. So here you go. A bit too extreme, so let's go 0.2. There you go. I've got this nice thingy. The only thing I would say is I'd bring this out slightly so it's overhanging. Same with this side as well, and that side. And you just get used to this sort of thing, so the more you build, the more like you start to realise about that sort of thing. Now for this last one, the stool thing, so if we just bring that out, you'll notice that it's now So this is one piece of geometry extruded. So what I can do is, so I'll remake this. I'm just going to hold V to snap that. How I did it originally was I would have just used this bit downwards. And I'm just going to sort that out. Now again, I've got a problem because it's if I just move this to one side, you'll notice that because how I've just extruded it, we've got this uneven surface here. So if I grab this and go J to snap rotate it, and again, I'm just going to grab these vertices and just drag them in. Merge vertices. And then I can pull that up to the top. And yeah, it's just going to be select those edges, actually select those. Okay, it's just the top ones I'm not going to bevel, and I'm just going to hit bevel. Okay, maybe bring this up slightly, so 0.6. And I'm just going to delete the face here. And I've just got to fix the bottom face because the problem we've got is that it's here. So if I, on the cleanup, click apply, yeah, so we need to fix that because that's an end gone. I'm not too bothered about that being 90 degrees there, because yeah. And let's just put this to the corner, and let's put this underneath. There you go. So we've got my desk. In the next video, we're going to look at Maya's UVs and how we lay them out. So I'll see you in the next video. If you like this video and want to see more, we have a range of videos on our YouTube channel covering topics from programming to art, and eventually we'll have animation tutorials on this site. If you'd like to support us, you can subscribe and like, and if you want to have early access to these videos, have a say on what topics are covered, and also have access to the source code and art assets from this series and other series, please visit our Patreon. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week with a new video.